Yes! Alrighty! What's up, everybody? It is I, your tribal god of extreme, Peter Joseph here, for a cloudy Tuesday evening, getting close to Tuesday night video, right here on the Peter Joseph YouTube wrestling channel, youtube.com/Peter Joseph. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down there. You better know what that is by now. If not, it's in my pants, otherwise known as the description box below. So, do it now, subscribe to my channel, and show my other channels your love and support. Leave a comment on this video or any one of my videos from the past, present, and in the future coming on this channel, my other channels as well. But don't leave stupid comments, you will get slapped and maybe hit with a lightning bolt. Because you're dumb, and if, well, you don't like that, you don't like getting blocked, then cry me a river, bitch. But if you leave stupid comments, you're gonna get hit with a lightning bolt, then sent to the Shadow Realm where Satan and Ozzy will probably get that lightning bolt, stick it straight up your ass. And then after that, they'll eat your soul. So, don't do it at all. And if you want to do that, go do it on your dead channel that nobody gives two flying fucks about. It's garbage. So, that's that. But for everybody else who's a normal human being, and not an asshole, then you can do that. If you think I'm an asshole, I'm a sexy, honest asshole. Thank you. And that's pretty much it. But leave a comment down below if you like, but if you're going to leave stupid comments, you're out of here. And if you don't like it, tough shit. Share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Don't forget to tap and slap that bell to turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one. Because if you miss anything, you're SOL. I think we all know what that means by now. And if you don't know, look it up. You lazy fucks. That rhymed, by the way. But I digress. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Like, share, subscribe, and all that other good shit. And if you're brand new here, well, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, and grab a nice, big, tasty glass of whatever you're drinking. This is mixed mango Dunkin' Refreshers. Gotta love that. Oh, so good. But whatever you're drinking, sit back, relax, put your stinky, smelly feet up, and enjoy the show. If you like it, great. You don't, too bad. Go watch something else. But you'll stay here because you got nothing else to watch. And you're a hypocrite for doing that. But I digress. Moving on. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on this Tuesday evening, July the 21st, 2026, as we are pretty much wrapping up the final 10 days of July, and then the dog days of August begin next Sunday with SummerSlam. So that's basically the start of the dog days of August. And then, right around the corner is Labor Day weekend, the unofficial end of summer. So, we got that coming up in a little over a month and change. About 4 to 5 weeks away. So, summer is almost over, folks. And pretty soon, you know, Labor Day weekend and all you people that go to school will be going back to school. Well, you know, as a good friend of mine used to say, the summer is over. I am in command. So, enjoy the rest of your summer vacation, kiddies! Fortunately, I don't have to worry because I don't go to school anymore. I've been out of school for so long, it's insane. I just have to worry about work. That's it. But I am taking a mini vacation in a couple weeks. But, like a weekend, I'm taking a weekend off. Probably 2 weeks after SummerSlam. So, it's the weekend before lockdown. So we got that. Because the lockdown's the 23rd, so the weekend of the 14th, 15th, and 16th, I will not be doing videos at all. And I may or may not be in Isa's chat or anything, or anybody's chat room that weekend. But I'm just gonna take the weekend off just to recharge the batteries. I may go on an excursion with the missus, but we'll see what happens with that. We're already planning it out, so yeah. So a couple weeks away from my little mini vacation. I'll be pretty much gone for 3 days. I'll be back on that Monday, which is the Monday before I can't even think. Before lockdown. So that Monday before lockdown, I'll be back. So it's, I would say the 15th, definitely. 14th, 15th, and 16th of August is, I will be in Communicado. pretty much. I'm not going to do videos, I'm not going to do any community posts, I'm not going to do any comments and stuff like that. Except for my channel. If I have any comments on my channel, I'll do that. But as far as like videos go, I'm not doing reviews for SmackDown, I'm not going to do for Collision. So if I'm backed up a little bit, I'm probably not going to be doing those that week's videos. So, but like I said, August 14th, 15th, or actually it's 15th, 16th, 17th, something like that. You get what I get. So about 4 weeks. Let me just check. 3 weeks, I was right. 3 weeks away from my little mini vacation. That's pretty much it. And then I'll be back pretty much all through the rest of the summer into the fall, maybe into the winter. But probably the rest of the year I'll be pretty much full steam ahead as we get into rest of the year, the holiday season, Halloween, and possibly into 2027 as we keep going. 18th year anniversary coming up in a couple weeks. Stay tuned for that. Just gonna do a quickie video. I'm not gonna do a big long. I'm gonna try not to do a big long video for the 18th anniversary of my time here on this glorious website of YouTube. But we keep going into year 19, into possibly year 20. There's a lot of people that have been around the same time as me, and maybe a little bit further than that. I know a certain guy named Aaron Rift of NoDQ.com. He's been around since the dawn of YouTube. Remember when there was like a 10-minute time limit? Unless you had a director's account, you can go a little bit over 10 minutes. Back in the day, YouTube was, you can't even do a proper video, like a review. You just gotta, like, wing it. It's just like, oh, this happened. Oh, I'm just gonna give my opinion a little, John Cena beat Roman Reigns. I liked it. Good. Moving on. Now, and then a couple years later, it was like 15-minute time limit. I was one of the first people to get 15-minute time limits. That was great, because I can just do my review really quick, and then that's it. Do vlogs and whatever. Now, it's unlimited time limit. Except for if you do live streams, that's a 24-hour time limit, I think. But you can't do unlimited. Because everybody be doing live streams for like 24 plus hours. That's insane. But that's the way it is. YouTube's broken as it is. And I don't know how much longer I'm going to be on here. I probably give it another 2, 3, maybe 5, at most maybe 5 more years. Then I'm probably going to hang it up. I'm going to retire for good. I'll still be on here looking at videos, but as far as video making, I pretty much doubt it. Because I don't want to be in my 60s during videos, so I just want to retire. But I want to retire on a good note. I want to go out the way I want to go out. Not the way some people that I know want me to go out. It ain't gonna happen. I go out on my terms, not your terms, you fuckers. So, deal with it, bitches. I'm not sad. Alright, we got NXT coming up in about an hour and a half. Gonna be a pretty good show. My cousin! Is he here? Where is he? Cuz! Get in here, you fool! Get in here! Ah, cuz! That's my cousin, my legit cousin. I am not making it up. Tony D'Angelo, who's getting ready for his street fight for the NXT title. I think it's for the title. In a street fight against Evil or Naraku. That should be fucking insane. And as good buddy Vampiro used to say, brutal. We got that. Might hear from Lola Faces, the number 1 contender to Kendall Gray's NXT Women's Championship. Probably hear from those lovely ladies. Maybe Kelani Jordan has a temper tantrum. We'll see what happens with that. We also got probably the final showdown between Jada Miss Parker, and Natty, who's going to have the Evolve Women's Champion, Nikita Lyons, ooh, those legs, and another hottie, Carmen Petrovic at ringside. See how that goes. And a whole lot more on your 2-hour cure for insomnia NXT on that great station of the CW11. So, watch it tonight. Gonna be a good show. As we keep going until NXT Heat Wave at the end of August. Pretty much around the same time as All In and also Triple R, their next show. Which I think is Worlds Collide. I think. I gotta look that up. But we move on. And I did mention NXT Stand, Depose, and Deliver, and Triple R are going to be in the theater at Madison Square Garden in April during WrestleMania weekend. That's going to be exciting for a Triple R show, Eternal Glory, and NXT Stand and Deliver. WrestleMania weekend, probably on that Saturday. So, gonna be a lot of shit. Especially with those two shows and possibly WrestleMania. That's gonna be a long day. Oh, yo, yo. We'll have to see what happens in April of 2027. But New York City gonna have a watch party for WrestleMania Night 1 and 2. And also gonna have some wrestling at the theater in Madison Square Garden for Eternal Glory and Stand and Deliver. You don't like me saying that? Too bad. That's how it's supposed to sound. Like, War Games! Coming up in November. But we got a lot of time before we get to those pay-per-views. We got a lot of time for that. So, we're gearing up for all that on NXT tonight. And we got AEW tomorrow. That should be fun as we're gearing up for All In. Actually, Redemption. That's the, so tomorrow night is the Dynamite Go Home show. Then I believe we got Collision this Saturday. And then we got Redemption on Sunday from, I believe it was Montreal, I think. I forget where it was from. Who cares? But, yeah, we got a pay-per-view this Sunday. And that's AEW's newest pay-per-view, Redemption. Should be the card looks great. But we'll see what happens with that. We move on. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, really quickly, let's get to it. I wasted 12 minutes of your precious time, but you clipped it, and I don't give a fuck! But thank you for watching on the Peter Joseph channel. I'm Peter Joseph, your gracious host. I'm a content creator talking about the wonderful world of professional wrestling, or any other thing I want to talk about. And if you like it, great. You don't, get out of here. But you'll stay because you want me to, you want to be. That's pretty much it. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, everything I'm going to tell you right now is going to be said right now. But what happened to Dan, Peter? You missed it. Now get out of here. But before I go, where will it be now? Soon. Now get out of here, bitch. Moving on. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your really fucking late and really fucking out of date NXT review for last week's show, July the 14th, 2026. We are emanating from the Capitol Wrestling Center inside the parking lot of Nickelodeon Studios in Orlando, Florida. Alright, gearing for Heat Wave. And we got a long way to go. We got ready to have a number one contender, like I said, with Luna Vice. So I went ahead, but we'll get to how she got there. We'll move on. Alright, as always, our commentary team on NXT. Man with a creepy jacket, lots of candy. He loves those kids too. He's the creepy man himself, Vic Joseph. And the man who smokes more fucking weed than all of you motherfuckers combined. And that's the two-time Hall of Famer, the simp man himself, the Kool-Aid Man, Black Snow, otherwise known as Booker T, sucker! Oh yeah! Oh yeah, man! Oh yeah! Okay, calm down. Calm down, Booker T. Oh yeah, shut up. Go over there. Go. That's that. Alright, so we start the action with action, as my ex used to say, a little less talk, a lot more action on your show, Peter. Thank you. That's copyright, by the way. Haha! Can't use it! We move on. And if anybody does use it, I will flag you. I don't give a shit. This is copyright material. That's that. Alright, moving on. Alright, we start off with the tag team titles for the men, because there's no women NXT champions anymore, which sucks. Alright, so we got Benjamin Buttons, otherwise known as the Vanity Project, of Brad Baylor and Freaky Smokes. They take on the number one contenders who won that gauntlet match. The Fatal 4-Way match, I should say. And that's the team of, pretty much from Evolve, Sean Legacy and Mike DeRuiter from LFG, otherwise now known as Dorian Van Dux. And we have Jackson Trick and his bodyguard, Bailey Humphries, now known as Micah Lockwood. Alright, so this was a pretty good match. Bad ending, but we get that. Alright, so it's also with Sean Legacy rolling up Ricky Smokes for a fast 2 count. Ref. Alright, then the arm drags Brad Baylor into a basic 1905 armbar. Dawson holds a Jericho. Move number 1, armbar. Number 2, arm drag. Number 3, arm ringer. Move number 69. Dick twist. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I get that later. Thank you. Sorry. Anyway, Dorian Van Dux comes in for a nice drop kick and a belly-to-back suplex, which sets up Sean Legacy standing moonsault. It was picture perfect, by the way, for a near fall. Ricky Smokes gets chopped down in the corner. Brad Baylor comes in off a blind tag, but he gets sent to the outside for a flippy dippity-doo by Sean Legacy. We go to break, come right back. This time, as we all know, during the break, the heels come back. So Sean Legacy's in trouble. Ricky Smokes grabs a 1921 chin lock. Sean Legacy fights out of that with a double belly-to-back suplex, knocking the Vanity Project down. Then a rolling tag brings in Dorian Van Dux DVD, cleans house. Ricky Smokes trips him from the floor. And then we get a code breaker, somebody's been watching Jericho tapes, into a spear for a near fall as Sean Legacy made the save. And then everybody's down for a little bit, like a minute. And then DVD crotches Ricky Smokes on top. Balls! Ow. A top rope splash. And Sean Legacy's 450 splash combination. I don't know, how did they not win the match there? Because I thought it was over. But somehow, I think it was, Ricky Smokes kicked out that tool. How? I don't know. And then, the champs get sent to the outside for more flippy dippity-doos. And then Jackson Drake gets pulled in. Micah Lockwood gets involved. No Bridges DVD to the floor. That was the only thing she did, besides looking semi-pretty. Sean Legacy is then sent into the ring steps. Ow! And a top rope double stomp reverse DDT combo. I don't even know what they call that, but it's effective. 1, 2, 3, and still NXT Tag Team Champions Benjamin Buttons, the Vanity Project, in smidge over 13 minutes. Good match though, 3.25 out of 5 stars. I was hoping for a title change because I'm not really invested in the Vanity Project that much. You know, Brad Baylor looks like Shane Douglas, the early version, you know, when it was in the Dynamic Dudes. You remember that team with Johnny Ace, you know, we all know as John Laurinaitis! People power, baby! I miss saying that. That bitch, Greg got nothing! Ha ha ha! People power again! Okay. You weren't involved, technically. I didn't fuck that bitch anyway! Shut up, John Laurinaitis. Get out of here before you get laryngitis. People power! Okay, get out of here. Moron. Yeah, the Janelle Grant Vince McMahon case is being settled out of court. So it's going to like a special court now. It's some shit like that. So once again, Vince basically, and his lawyers, his great lawyers, get Vince off the hook. Fuck his lawyers and fuck Vince McMahon. Well, at least Janelle Grant's gonna get some type of compensation, I think. How much? Don't know. But they're settling it out of court, which I think is... Vince just knows that he's like, I got lucky! Yeah, you got lucky because you're gonna die in jail anyway. You're 80-something years old, dude. Dumb. I just don't understand how WWE, every time they get into a scandal or some type of bullshit with their higher-ups or even the roster, somehow, someway, they get out of it. How? I mean, the lawyers have to be like, they probably were mentored by Johnny Cochran. The lawyer to the stars. We all know OJ. Look out, OJ! It happens. How did you think OJ got off? OJ got off because if it don't fit, you must have quit. Pretty much. Even though after that whole thing with OJ, he got in trouble for memorabilia shit. He went to jail for a little bit. nothing out of the ordinary for OJ, but, sadly OJ has passed on. Now he's running down that football field in the sky with, all those other greats up there. Scoring touchdowns for the Buffalo Bisons. Or, the Bisons. But, that's the Bills for you fuckers at home. They used to be called the Bisons. So, move on. Alright, so the Benjamin Button's Vanity Project get the win. We made the tag team champions, and, moving on. Alright, then we get, they're still kind of together. Catch Point 3.1. Do the thing. Tavion Heights and the men's North American champion, Miles, so call him Ozzy Osbourne. Speaking of Ozzy, tomorrow is Ozzy Day, the 1 year anniversary of his passing. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow, early tomorrow afternoon. Early tomorrow afternoon. Because not tomorrow night, because I do have, some errands I gotta run, and I will not be home most of the day, so I don't have to work tomorrow. So, it is what it's, because I got an early, appointment. That too, excuse me. Moving on, but that's that. Alright, so Tavion and Miles think they could take the tag team titles, away from the Vanity Project. I'd like to see that little Catch Point 3.1 reunion to get the belts. Miles becomes a double champ. Tavion finally wins a belt. And then, this guy, Anthony Luke, comes in. Cam Hendricks, Maxine Dupree's so-called husband. But we know Maxine's fucking Austin Theory. Oh, you know. I don't even have to tell you they're fucking. Just look what happened last night on Raw. They were lip-locking, freaking Austin's grabbing her ass and everything. Ugh. I'm like, that's good acting there, Maxine, but, we're in the back fucking in some room away from everybody. I mean, you got Maxine Dupree, and you got a love storyline, you got a love angle, basically, you're fucking. Fuck your husband. Fuck your boyfriend. Yeah. Fuck your girlfriend, too. You're out. Bye. Because you gotta look at them every Monday night. Or every house show. Oh my god, we gotta work together with this angle. Oh my god, shit! I'm kissing, making out, grabbing ass. I mean, maybe Maxine's grabbing my dick. I don't know. I wouldn't mind that. I'm like, Maxine grabbing my dick. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Well, it was EO. Then I say something was EO, but I wouldn't care. People are like, oh look at EO's grabbing his dick. It goes out on the internet. I'm like, I don't care. And then EO gets in trouble. I'm like, for what? We're the love angle! It's an angle! We're not really together! Wink, wink. It's like, what we do away from the ring is none of your fucking business! She wants to touch my dick in the ring, she can touch my dick all through the match. I don't give a fuck! And if we're on the outside, we start making out. I'm like, grab my dick in front of like fucking 50,000 people. I wouldn't give a shit. I'll just turn around and like, oh, you wish it was you! Tiny cock! Moving on. Alright, so Cam Hendricks comes in, says he wants the North American title, but he's hurt. Aww, you're homesick because your wifey is fucking another guy. Sucks to be you! Fake Rock. Chimu Rock, I should say. Blah, blah, blah. He says Showtime is coming soon. Yeah. I hope he doesn't get a title. I hope he doesn't. I hope he gets released. Fuck him. Well, that's not nice to say, Peter, but I don't like the guy. I think he's a waste. He's bad on the mic. Semi-decent in the ring. We've seen him on LFG and Evolve. I mean, And Booker T doesn't even like him that much. He thinks he's great, but he's not. Even Albert, Matt Bloom, the guy from LFG, he says he got the tools, but he can't, put it together. And now he's on the, sort of on the main roster now. The NXT main roster, I should say. Where that goes, I don't know, and I personally don't care. That's that. Alright, moving on. Alright. Skipper Saquon Sugars, formerly of Dark State, or Deuce and Jokers, he wants OTM, Bronco Nima, and Lucius Price, like Barrica Gangsters, to be his partners against Deuces and Jokers, basically. Dion, Cutler, and Osiris Griffin. But OTM remembers how evil he was. So they say, no. And there's a little Paris the Mal reference in there. Oh, I forget. I think it was Bronco Nima got like, what you say, ese pero? Get that. So they go over to talk to Birthmark. Why? I don't know. We're pretty much going after them, I think, last week. But Birthmark brings up, yeah, that's what it is. Birthmark, I think it was Lexus King, brings up Bronco Nima going to Triple R on his own to join Paris the Mal. So, might be some cracks in the friendship between Bronco Nima and Lucius Price. They might break them up. I hope not. For a team that should have been NXT Tag Team Champions, they're basically getting the Enzo and Cass treatment. And whereas Enzo and all this whole thing like, oh, Big Cass is coming, not this Monday, next Monday, August the 3rd, whereas everybody's like, where's Enzo? I don't know where he is. He's probably home doing whatever he's doing. I don't know. My name is Enzo Amore, and I'm a certified, I'm a bona fide stud and a certified G, and I know I fucked that up, but I don't care, because you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Big Cass. He's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. Bob Boom, Real Sky in the room. How you doing? I'm doing pretty fine. How are you doing? And then they had Carmella. She's the Queen of Staten Island. Whatever he said. It's not really the Queen of Staten Island. Actually, she is. She's better than Angelina on Jersey Shore. Oh yeah, Jersey Shore. Angelina's a whore. Paulie D. Gabs are here. Sad that Jersey Shore's ending. Damn! Because everybody's like older, they have kids, except for Paulie D and Vinny. Vinny's been single for like 20-some-odd years, Jesus Christ. Bagged so many hot chicks, and he can't settle down with one? Come on, Vinny! Come on, man! Get with it! Paulie D's and he's doing all his DJ shit in Vegas with his hot girlfriend. I don't think they were getting married. What's her name? Nicole with Nikki. Everybody else has kids. Sammy just had a kid. She got married. J-Well has kids with Roger, her ex douchebag boyfriend / husband. They broke up. They got divorced. Now she's with Zach. What's his name? Zach Clayton used to be in AEW, by the way. I don't know if he still is, but he's roaming around doing reality shit, or maybe some wrestling here and there, but yes, she's better off with him than that douchebag Roger. We all know Slicky's with Gianni. She has like thousands of kids. Angelina's supposedly with Vinny 2.0. They're like, we're married, we're broken up, and it's just retarded. I'm like, just get with Vinny. You banged him how many times on the show? I mean, get with him. Vinny's like, I don't want you trash bag hoe. I wouldn't want her either. I wouldn't fuck her with a fucking 10-foot pole. Or a 10-foot cock. I wouldn't give a fuck. I'm like, I don't care if she's drunk. I'm not having drunk sex, which is the best sex of all. I wouldn't have it with you there, Angelina. Ugh. Get away. And then Sammy just got married. She's having a kid. Mike's situation has 3 kids with his wife Lauren, and Ronnie. We all know Ronnie. Ron! Stop! He was with some chick that had that whole big fiasco where I think they had a kid together, or she had a kid from a prior relationship. She beat his ass, and he went to jail a few times, and it was just a mess with Ronnie. I thought Ronnie and Sam were like the perfect couple, but then, as we saw during pretty much every fucking season, Ron, stop! I'm like, just stop. Getting back together and fuck him and get away. It's a toxic relationship. Get out of there. I love her too much. Get out of here, Ronnie. Shut up. Man, if I was on that show and I had to hear that, I'm like, I'm going home. Get me out of this house. I have to live with this. I have to hear, "Run, stop!" every fucking hour. Shut the fuck up and break up. Get the fuck out of the house. Get off the show. God damn. Drive me insane. I'm not gonna run into a wall like Mike did in Italy. Break his neck. Yeah, I don't care about the leech. Oh, my neck. Fucking hell, man. That was a war that season. Holy shit. Surprised Ronnie didn't knock him the fuck out. Looked like he did, because he connected. I remember he connected to Mike's face, and he just went down like a fucking brick. Like, shit. Mike just, like, took it like a champ and got up. Like, damn. But then he was, like, out, and Jay was like, I can't believe it's gotta stop. And then Mike goes to the hospital with a broken freaking neck. Crazy. Jersey Shore was just wild. Good times, man. I know it's stereotype Italians, but, I mean, who am I to judge? Alright, back to wrestling. I don't want to talk about Jersey Shore for, like, 6,000 hours. Moving along! Alright, so we see what happens with Saquon Sugar's looking for some tag team partners to take on Dark State. And he finds some partners, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Alright, then we get to my favorite part of the show. Not that there was anything good on this show except for my cousin Tony D, but my second favorite part of the show, my good buddy follows me on Twitter, Tristan Angels, the lead singer of The Darkness. Order! 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 So he comes out, not big on another one of my boys, Shiloh Hill, also follows me on Twitter. Hi Shiloh, you big great man, you. He's not big on Shiloh, who has a family tree involving wild animals. You need to, like, if you people haven't follow Shiloh, you need to follow him on X. Is fucking, everything he posts is just weird. He answered my question on a Q&A, by the way. Thank you. My boy. I like that, but he's my boy. But anyway, so Shadow's family tree involves wild animals, but he's here with Shadow's missing tooth, and then he stomps on said tooth, which looks like a retainer, by the way. And then Shiloh's on the screen, like a horror movie. He's on the screen. Says, I can fix my smile, but Tristan, you can't fix the fact that the fog is coming! He's going nuts. I'm like, damn, this is like a horror movie. Oh, shit. And then fog just appears in the arena again. And Tristan's like, ah! The fog! The fog! It's a smoke machine. Calm down, it's just smoke. Not real fog, it's CO2. I'm not gonna die. Calm down, Tristan. Shit. Now we get that. We move on. We'll see what happens in the next chapter of this feud between Shiloh and Tristan. Crazy. Moving on. Alright, then we go to Natalya and Natty with Nikita Lyons and Carmen Petrovich, and also Layla Diggs, who is hurt. A lot of people say, oh, she was there, she was in a sling. She's not hurt, why is she there? She's hurt, you didn't see a sling? It's fake. Yeah, you're fake. Fucking assholes. Anyway, so Natalya thinks that Nikita Lyons should replace Layla in the Women's North American title match that that was supposed to be Delta and Layla Diggs, but Layla Diggs got hurt last weekend at a house show. So Robert Stone made the match basically an open challenge. Nikita Lyons seemed to answer that challenge, but then the resident rocker chick, Lizzie Rain, and Butchie Hogan 2.0, Izzy Dame, they want in the match as well. They bicker, and then Robbie E's like, you know what? We're going to do a fatal four-way match for the NXT North American title. Why not? Let's do it, right? Paul Stanley, get in here. Paul Stanley, say your line. Let's do it. Well, okay, stop singing, you bastard. Go over there. And no, Gene Simmons will not be paying my bills. I am not paying that motherfucker. Fuck you, Gene Simmons. That's that. Alright, moving on. Alright, back to the action we go. Tate Wilder, or Tate Rhodes, because he's a cowboy like Cody. Tate Rhodes takes on Evil, Vile, Naraku, whatever you want to call him. 9-minute match. I didn't really enjoy it that much, but yeah, give Takewald a lot of credit. He's taken a lot of bumps. He's crazy. We've seen him on LFG. He's trying to find himself, but he thinks he's a daredevil like Jeff Hardy, dude, and you know he's not listening to the coaches, and the coaches are saying, "Hey, yo, slow down, asshole." I mean, I think he won his match on Sunday, this past week on LFG. I think he did win. Actually, he did win. I forgot who he fought, but he won. I know that, but yeah, you're gonna win. But it's on LFG. I mean, not Evolve. It's like Evolve 2.0. Well, 3.0 if you think about it. But I digress. Alright, so Takewald, he gets in a few moves, but then, in the end, Wilder goes up again after a spinning high cross body. Like I said, he goes up a lot. He thinks he's a high flyer. That's his downfall. Most matches. He goes up again, gets shoved down in a really crazy crash. And I think it was on the outside of the ring. And then Evil throws it back in, hits Into the Abyss. There should have been a name for the In This Moment record. But we're going by a one-word album cycle now from In This Moment. The last few albums have been one word. Ritual, Mother, God Mode, and now Witch, which is a new album coming out next month. Buy it now! Well, actually, pre-order it now, because it hasn't come out yet. I already have it. It's a banger! Woo! I love it. Even the covers. I'm trying to get into the Pink Floyd covers. It doesn't sound much like Pink Floyd. And then the Police cover is like, you know, it's a little heavy-ish. Miss Maria, but, you know. It's a banger. I mean, Crawl sounds amazing. I can't get enough of Crawl. Sleeping with the Enemy is alright. Nothing bad about it, but it's good. And then her Heretic. We heard Heretic last year. Banger. The whole album was a banger. The last 3 albums have been bangers from In This Moment. And everybody thought they were dead. Ha! Look at the old chart! Yeah, they're like numbered in the top 10 on the rock chart, not the Billboard chart. Yeah, I give you a point for that, but still. 9 albums in, they're kicking ass. Selling out every single show. And they're getting a lot more fans at the festivals now, I heard. They're not at Incarceration. They're coming up. They're gonna be touring in September. But I think they got some festival. I think it's Rockville. Welcome to Rockville in September. I think. Because they just had Incarceration. It wasn't on. They weren't on that. It should have been. Dead was on there. Joe Catella, Maria's boyfriend, should be husband. Joe Catella, my good buddy, by the way. He follows me on Instagram and X. We talk every so often. Not a lot, but he's on tour. I can't talk to him much. And the guys from In This Moment and Maria, you know, we talk here and there. Because I'm a great guy. I'm a fucking god to them. But I digress. Alright, moving on. So yeah. So, Into the Abyss by Naraku. 1, 2, 3, in just about 9 minutes. Evil gets the win. And then after the match, my cousin Tony D comes out for a big old brawl, and security tried to have success, and they actually did their job for once. Something you don't see every day. Security breaking up a brawl. Joy! Well, it doesn't end there if you watch the end of the show. We'll get to that. So, see what happens in the next chapter with my cousin and Evil. What's that? Alright, then we got these guys. The male version of the Mother Truckers from WoW Women of Wrestling. That's Big Rig Betty and Hollywood J, or Holly J, or Holly whatever her name is. Her real name is Holly J. If you follow her career in NWA, she's doing some indie work now. I think somewhere down south. Anyway, so we have Hank and Spank and E.K. Prospero, used to be Eli Knight. No. Anyway, they turned Saquon Sugar's offer down as well, so Saquon's still looking for 2 guys to tag team with against Dark State, and he picks the most random team. Not these guys, but we'll get to that in a minute. Alright, then we get to the Fatal 4-Way for the Women's North American Championship. Delta, Zarya, taking on Izzy Dame, Nikita Lyons, and Lizzie Rain. This is for her title. Pretty good match. We're getting to the end. Natalya and Carmen Petrovich come out to join to help out basically Nikita Lyons because it's a no DQ because it's a Fatal 4-Way. And then Jada Parker, she comes out and says, and looks great by the way. Ooh, that outfit, damn you Jey Uso, bastard. Should have been my chick, but that's not so fun. Anyway, so Jada comes out and her and Natty go at it pretty much all the way to the back, and they're gonna fight tonight. I thought that was gonna lead to NXT Underground. I guess we're not doing that yet. But they're saying tonight's gonna be the final chapter. My ass. Who said that? All right. So while that's going on, Delta spears Carmen, and then one to Nikita Lyons. Then the F5. 1, 2, 3. Delta gets the win, and still Women's North American Champion. That's it. Good match though. Under 13 minutes. Delta gets the win, and we'll see who's next for her. Let me move on. Alright, my girl, Maddie Wankowski, Ren Sinclair, and her bestie, the women's champion, Kendall Gray, they turn Saquon Sugars down in the back. Like, why would you... I know where you were going with that, Saquon. I know where you were going with that. 2 girls, 1 big black cock. I know where you're going with that. But anyway, and then another hot piece of ash, that's Lola Vice. Issy. She comes in, gets into a stare down with Kendall Gray, and says, I'm not done with you yet, mommy. Alright, let me say that in her voice. I'm not done with you, mommy. By the way, I said it on Twitter and Instagram. Happy birthday to Lola Vice, 28 years old. She's amazing. She looks amazing. God damn you, Poppy Priest, you lucky son of a bitch. They were at the Yankee game in New York because of Fanatics Fest, obviously. They were out in the town in New York for her birthday with her family. Poppy, obviously. Put a ring on that finger, dude. Before you lose her and she comes to me. Shit. Moving on. Alright, blah. So we'll see what happens. So Saquon's still looking for tag team partners. Alright, my cousin, once again, in another segment, he demands, and when Italians demand something, we get it by any means necessary. He demands Robbie E give him a match with Evil. So Robbie E does as he's told. We get a match for tonight. So Tony says, I'm not waiting. I'm going after him. And Robbie E is like, wait a minute. He goes after Tony D like he's going to stop a fight. Sure. Yeah, the days of being in the the bromance are over there, Robbie E. With Mr. Spectacular, remember him? Jesse Goddard. Oy. I can't believe they were TNA Tag Team Champions. With Rob, that guy that was in he was on another tag team with Magnus, Nick Aldis. I forgot it. It's Rob Terry. That guy was a great wrestler. Him and Gunner. Remember that? Remember I used to say that, and everybody loved me saying that. Gunner. I miss Gunner. Whatever happened to that dude? Gunner. Another former tag team champion, by the way. I think it was global champion, too. I gotta look that up. Yeah, back in the day, Gunner Magnus, What was that, British, I forgot the name, it was British something. It was Rob Terry, crap, I forgot the tag team, the rest of that tag team. It was Rob Terry, Magnus, and one other guy. I forgot his name. They were good in TNA. Rob Terry is an underrated talent. I'm sorry to say that. Gunner, another one. Sorry, Gunner! Another underrated talent. He should have went to WWE. Or at least maybe to Japan. What might have been with Gunner and Rob Terry, the Freak. I remember his feud with freaking Scott Steiner. That was amazing. Two guys were built like trucks, and one of them was on George. Not you, Scott. Shut up. Mike 33, I don't want to hear about Steiner Matt Scott. You go eat your Snickers and shut up. Get somebody, thank you. Get him a Snickers, please. Good, Scott? Good. Now be quiet. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, about Rob Terry. He's fat! Shut up! Shut up! Scott, shut up! I'll make him bleed. I know you will, but he's not fat. He's built fat, but he's not fat, so shut up. Eat your Snickers and shut up. He's fat! Stop. I'm sorry. If you don't like my impressions, fuck you. Moving on. Where am I here? Oh yeah, so Robbie E goes after my cousin Tony D. He's going after Evil in the parking lot. And we got that. Alright, back inside the Capitol Wrestling Center for our next match, finally. Tavion Heights takes on Jackson Drake of the Vanity Project with the rest of the team out again. Decent match, a little over 10.5 minutes. Wasn't great. Big backdrop sends Jackson Drake onto the Vanity Project. All of them, pretty much, and Michael Lockwood. So, Brad Baylor gets up on the apron. Tavion cuts him off. Then he tries to belly belly on Jackson Drake, but Jackson Drake reversed that into a sunset flip. 1, 2, 3, something you don't see every day. Somebody winning on a basic 1985 sunset flip. Was this wrestling challenge? What the fuck? We're in the golden age of wrestling? The golden era? That's something like Lanny Poffo would do. The genius, or before it became the genius, was Lanny Poffo. Leaping Lanny Poffo. I got a poem! Not from Heidenreich. He used to do poems and weird stuff. Leaping Lanny Poffo. He used to throw fucking frisbees out. This is before the genius gimmick. He's throwing frisbees out. Like, what is this? And he was a jobber back then! He was a jobber. I remember he was on a tag team match with somebody, I think it was probably Jim Powers, another great jobber. Should be in the Hall of Fame. With Paul Roma and Barry Horowitz and Barry! Oh. Outback Jack. I Am Mike Sharp should be in the Hall of Fame. I think he is. If he's not, he should be. Ah! I Am Mike Sharp had one win. That was with help from Hogan, by the way. Barry Horowitz, we all know who he beat. Chris Candido. Not once, but twice. So he has 2 wins, technically. Barry O never got a win. Outback Jack, I don't even know if he has any wins. He has a great theme song. Tiny Kangaroo Down, sport. Tiny Kangaroo Down. He was the precursor to, the Crocodile Hunter. Crikey, beat me in the balls. Crikey, hi. Who else? Jim Powers was a jobber, and then when he found Paul Roma, they were a great tag team until Paul Roma pretty much went, teamed up with, Hercules Hernandez for Hercules, and Power and Glory, one of my favorite tag teams in the 80s next to Strike Force and a bunch of other teams. I loved Power and Glory. But I remember when Paul Roma turned on Jim Powers, that was crazy, because it was on, I think it was on Superstars of Wrestling or Wrestling Challenge. They were a tag team. I think they won the match, but there was some dissension. You could see it every fucking week almost. It was like the Rockers with Jannetty and Michaels, Jannetty tried to jump out to the window to escape. What a heinous act by Jannetty. You see that? Jumped out the window to escape. Are you blind? He didn't need Jannetty. Yeah, pretty much. Like Jim Powers. Paul Roma never needed Jim Powers. I don't even know. We've seen Paul Roma. He's running a wrestling school now, I think. I think we saw him one time on AEW TV. I forget. But Jim Powers, I have no idea what he's doing. Probably selling cars or something. Maybe selling insurance. I don't know. Maybe he's retired. Barry Horowitz is, he's in and out on the wrestling scene. Should be in the Hall of Fame. Barry O, I have no idea what he's doing. Mike Sharp, we all know he's passed away. He's up there hanging out with Mikey Boy and everything. Right, Mike? Yeah, but I tag teamed with him the other day. Really? Did you win? Of course we won. I'm awesome. Oh, that's good. Who'd you fight? Some ham and eggers are up here. I don't know who these people are. I put them through a flaming table and they pretty much disintegrated. Yeah. What was Mike Sharp doing? He was pretty much grunting. And I was like, oh, what is, kind of throwing me off. Yeah. Just Leave him alone. Let him just go, do his one or two moves, and then you just clean up. Yeah, that's what I did. I tagged in illegal. I tagged in a blind tag, you know what I mean? And I came in, Mike Show was kind of pissed off. I was like, I'm like, shut up, bitch! Let me finish these guys off. So I put these hammer-niggers to a table, and we won the match, and he's still complaining, and I basically slapped him in the mouth. Did he do anything? Nah, pretty much not really. He just went, right? Yeah, pretty much. Okay. You and Jerome are a better tag team than you and Mike Sharp. I just want to say that. Yeah, but sometimes, Jerome's a little maniac, He freaks me out sometimes. Well, he has his scythe and everything, Yeah, that thing, he has a bigger one now, I heard. I don't know where he gets these things from. Like, I see him at the bar, and next thing you know, he's got a big fucking scythe, man. It's crazy. Is Satan coming? Is he going down and hanging out with Satan? And I don't know. He's getting him a scythe from somewhere. What are you doing down there, Satan? I don't know. I've never seen that guy in my life. I'm Satan Almighty. Okay, Satan. Thank you. Hey, Satan, shut up! Don't talk that way to me. Nah, fuck you. Mike, calm down. You might go down there. I'm not gonna help you if you go down there. I'm sorry, Satan. I'm sorry. It's okay. I'll kick your ass later. Shut up, guys. Stop it. Sorry, that's satire. You don't like it? Tough shit. Kiss my ass. Great impressions that you can't do. Yeah, you can't do them because you suck. Thank you, Mike. Thank you. Want to say goodbye? Bye! Okay. Go hang out with whatever you do. We'll hang out later. Give me a drink, by the way. Save a couple for me, okay? It's like, okay, it's on my tab anyway. Thank you, Mike. And tell Jerome I said hi. That motherfucker. Speaking of sucking, you sucked then, and you suck now. And if you don't like it, you can suck my ass. Okay, calm down, Shane Douglas. Calm down, dude. Francine, can you? Thank you, Francine. Thank you. You look great, by the way. Oh. Sorry. Anyway, that's another impression. I do a lot of impressions. I should do a whole fucking show of them. You want that? You love it. I'm going to do it. So, comment down below what wrestlers or personalities you want me to do an impression of. And I'll do a whole video of it. So, do it now. I'll probably put up a poll on my, one of my channels. I'll put up a community post. Maybe I'll get some reaction to it. I'll put it up on my social media, too. Because I'll probably get more interaction on my social media pages than my community posts. But, yeah, I might in the future do an episode of the Gilmore Chronicles, or just do a random video on this channel, just like a throwaway video. Epic wrestling and real life impressions. We'll probably get a lot of hits. We'll see. Well, all right, we move on. All right, JD Drake got the win with a sunset flip over Tavion. We move on. All right, next week, actually tonight. Gonna be a big night. Nikki Martinez, the Dominican princess. Oh, yes! Well, now she's known as Reina Vulcan. I come from Vulcan. Live long and prosper. Well, she's a force of nature and ready to wreck people. Well, tonight, she will wreck my girl Danny Sikowski or Skylar Ray from LFG. I don't know why she's still in. I can't believe. I hate saying this. I know me and Danny, we talk every so often on X, but still, you're basically doing nothing. You're barely on Evolve, and they're just using you as enhancement talent. I have a feeling she's gonna get released any day now. I think she'll be better off in Ring of Honor. I hate saying that. Not that Ring of Honor needs. Well, actually, they do need women, but she's just gonna be fed to probably Athena or the next woman up. Maybe like Deonna Purrazzo, or maybe Megan Bayne, who knows. It's the way it is. I think Danny could be a big star in any other company like TNA or AEW, Ring of Honor. Maybe she just go on the indie circuit, do some good shit. I think that's the best way to go. I say go to the indie circuit. Maybe you get noticed in TNA or, Carlos, Healing Hands Carlos maybe signed you, or maybe Tony Khan has a brief moment where he's off the cocaine. God Welcome to my show, Danny Sikowski. We'll put you on at 9:30, the death slot. You'll be taking on Megan Bain. Please, follow me on Twitter. And he doesn't blink when he's saying that. Crazy fuck, man. I will never blink. I'll make you blink. Not like that, you fuckers. Oh, no. Alright, so Rayna Vulcan takes on Danny Sikowski in her debut match, and we'll wreck her in like a minute. Oh boy. It's gonna be great, though. Alright, another powerhouse, Kaylee Armstrong. She's talking trash to Kendall Gray, promises to win that triple threat match, which it ends the show. That's coming up in a bit. So she promises to win, and then face her for the NXT Women's Championship. So she leaves, and she runs into Jada Parker, who pretty much is not impressed, Skywalker. Not impressed. Pretty much. And then she's walking past, she walks past Kaylee Armstrong. Then she gets attacked by Natalya and company, Carmen and Nikita Lyons. They throw into production equipment. They knock her out. So that sets up what we're gonna get tonight, which should be brutal too. We get that. Alright, the chairman of the board, Sean Spears, saw potential in the cuckling with Nico and Izzy. He's proud of Izzy. He was proud of Nico for taking a step forward, but then he took 2 steps back and pretty much attacked him and pretty much disintegrated the cuckling. So he says, Nico, let's see how much you've learned over the last year or so. So we got that match tonight. Like I care. I think Nico's going to win that match because, Sean Spears ain't going anywhere in NXT anyway. He's basically a coach. That's all he is. And the husband to the husband to Peyton Royce. Yeah, Peyton Royce. Lucky bastard who impregnated her. You fucking... Should be me. Should have been... me. Right there, Nick Nemeth? The man who parked Ace's car perfectly. And it's Ryan's big brother. Big ups to Ryan and Nick. Good friends. Friends of the channel. Love me. They love me there. Everybody in TNA basically has followed me, almost. Gabby Forza follows me. Rosemary, obviously, for obvious reasons. I haven't got Allie yet. I will, eventually. Mara Shade. Mila Moore. Oh. Mila Moore can be my secretary any day of the week. Yeah, if you dress like her, I would actually fuck you more. Stop it. I don't think anybody wants to see Rose in a secretary outfit like Mila Moore does. Ha! But I digress. Yeah, there goes my dinner. I'm sorry. How do we get that? So let's see what happens with Nico and Sean Spears tonight. That's that. Alright, main event time. Triple threat match for a future women's title shot. Kaylani Jordan misses him. Takes on Lola Vice and Kaylee Armstrong. This match was great. Lots of high-flying moves. It lasted almost 14 and a half minutes. We're getting to the end. Lola gets pulled into a triangle choke by Kaylani. Kaylee Armstrong made the save. Sets up a string of fruit roll-ups for near falls. And then a frog splash breaks up Lola Vice's cross arm breaker for a near fall. But Kaylee with a power slam on Lola. Then she hits the Kaylee connection that pouts! Period. Sends Lola to the outside, so her and Kaylani trade fruit roll-ups again for a near falls. Back in the ring, Lola hits that wicked spinning back fist, knock Kaylee Armstrong the fuck out. But then she gets dropped by Kaylani Jordan, who then goes up top, hits the 450. And then somehow, someway, she knocks Kaylani Jordan out with the back fist, and she just falls right on the Kaylee Armstrong. 1, 2, 3. And as she's doing it, she lays down like this, and she's like, with a big smile on her face, like she's getting fucked by Poppy Priest, missionary style. I mean, that's nothing wrong with that, but the way she did, I melted. My dick just exploded all over the fucking floor. So, Lola Vice, the new number 1 contender to Kendall Gray's title. Kaylani's doing a fucking fit on the outside. Why do you get another shot? Stop it! I mean, she has a legit grief. Kaylani should be getting the women's title shot, not Lola Vice. I love her, but, you know, I think she's going to be going to hang out with Mr. Iguana and Triple R, defending that mixed tag team title. Maybe Poppy Priest is going to Triple R for a little bit, too. So if they do now that Kendall and Lola Vice 2, Electric Boogaloo, I think we all know who's going to win that. Kendall's going to retain, and Lola's going to be gone, pretty much, from NXT. She might come back here and there, but mostly she's going to be Triple R, and then eventually, I think by the end of the year, she'll be on the main roster. She should be on the main roster now, but obviously not. It should be on SmackDown, too, because Poppy's on SmackDown. So that's it. So Lola Vice gets the win, and she's shaking her hips. She's like, ah! She's smiling from ear to ear. Kendall comes out for a little stare down. That's it. Then we run down this week's card. Then the cameras, before we say goodbye, they run into the parking lot. Robbie E's running out with the cameraman. We see Tony D'Angelo and Evil fighting in the parking lot. Oh, we get more parking lot violence. We haven't had many episodes with parking lot violence, and now we're getting a lot more violence in the parking lot, thank the Lord. It's not safe in the parking lot. So they're fighting in the parking lot, so Robbie E and security break it up, and Robbie E says, well, your title match next week is a street fight. Oh, you know Tony wins that. Tony should win that. He has to win that, because, you know, it's Italian. Italians always win street fights. So, just saying. But that's going to be a barn burner. That should be the main event tonight. I mean, if not, I don't know what is. But we got that. Alright, so NXT from last week, I thought it was a pretty decent show. So I gave it 6.5 out of 10 stars. Let me know what you guys thought of the show down below in the comment section. Electric Willie would say, let's talk about it. And that's that. Alright guys, I'm going to quickly do my TNA Ring of Honor review over on my Killer Demons channel. Get you ready for NXT. We'll talk about NXT probably Thursday. I do got to do AEW. Try to do that tomorrow morning, and then I'll do the Ozzy tribute video for the 1 year anniversary. And then I will be incommunicado for the rest of the night. Maybe later tomorrow we'll talk about, Raw late tomorrow night. We'll get that out of the way. Then we'll do NXT Thursday, maybe AEW, and then Friday we'll do TNA Ring of Honor. Get you ready for SmackDown. We'll do the predictions for Redemption early Sunday, because the pay-per-view's at 7 p.m., not 8, 7 p.m. Thank you, Tony Khan. Talk about that, and a whole lot more this week, whatever comes your way. And that's it, so stay tuned. Please, for the love of God, hit that bell, because if you miss anything for the rest of this week, you missed it, and I'm not helping you out. So, kiss my ass. And we move on. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Until next time. Peace.